Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm about to take apart, I don't know what this is called, transmission gearbox maybe or something, where the front and the rear drive shafts connect in there. I got some squealing going on, and I don't know where it's coming from. It's either the front end that I just rebuilt with new gear, which I don't know why it would be doing that, or it's coming from here. I don't know if you can hear that squealing. When I turn the back wheels, it doesn't do it. Which everything's still turning either way, but the pressure is coming from the back here. The reverse doesn't really do it. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. Anyway, I thought I'd bring you in on this. I'm really not sure what's going to happen here. So we're going to find out together. If I find out nothing, I won't post this video, but hopefully, I'm thinking maybe there's something in here I can grease, in other words. Or either I did something when I rebuilt the front end, I don't know what I could have done. I replaced the bearings. There was 2 bearings in there I replaced. It only came with 2, so I replaced them. And 2 gears, large gear and a small gear. I don't know what they're called at this moment. Anyway, I went ahead and replaced both of them. They were upgrades. They were the same size, same teeth count. I think one was a 33 and the other one was a 13. Replaced both of those. I think they were just higher grade material, so there's less likelihood of them breaking easily. And those were in the front end of my truck. But I'm also running these 4-inch wide by 2-inch wide by 4-inch tall monster truck tires on here, so that probably contributed to it, you know, putting more pressure on everything. And I was jumping it, so I think that's when it happened. So I don't think I'll be jumping it anymore, but I'm not sure. I may. I just hate to have to tear it up. I hate to tear it up. That's not doing anything. Wow. That is not doing anything. Now, why are there 4 screws in there? Let's see. I don't understand why they have 4 screws in there if they don't do anything. Unless that's holding the motor from below. Let me see. I really thought I was going to take this cover off and see some gears or something in there. Let's see. Maybe it hooks. No. I don't know, you guys. Let me see. Okay, you can't see in there from the front. The drive shaft goes in there, but you cannot see around it. It's sealed up, I suppose. And the back looks like you might be able to see something in there. Let me see. And by the way, this is the H12P Bronco. Okay, I can see a little. No, I can't see. That's just a cover right there. Well, no, just the back is just a cover. I can see in the back here. I don't know if you can see my finger or not. Let me move my. I can stick my finger in there so you can see up to about this far here, but I don't know why they would have this. Let's see. I don't know. Got screws up here, but I don't think they do anything, have anything to do with that. I know the back screws, I don't know if you can see my finger there, right here, hold these rods in, because that's what I had to take apart to get the front end off. You know, the front differential. So I don't know. I wonder if I can take the drive shaft loose. I think I can. I didn't think about trying that. Take the drive shaft loose, which I don't want to do, but I'm going to. Because Let me see if you guys can see what I'm going to show you here from where you're at. I'm going to show you right. Okay, yeah, you can see that. Let me turn the camera just a little bit, you guys. Go down a little bit. We're going to be a little shaky there for a second. Okay, what I'm going to, there's a set screw type bolt here. And once you take it out, you can pull this back because there's some movement here. Adjustment. Not adjustment, but you can move it. Anyway, I don't know what you would call that. The drive shaft slides together back and forth if you need it to when you're working on it, I guess. Anyway, but when you put it back, when you put this back onto the shaft that's sticking out of the front differential, the shaft kind of moves, and yeah, you have to play with it sometimes. It took me a few tries to get that back together because it kept pushing it away and the holes wouldn't line up. But anyway, let me get a, let me check out my view again here. Let me go back up so I can give a better view to you guys. Oh, just bear with me. I'm not awesome here with everything. Okay, that might work there. Alright, what we're going to do is find another hex driver. Come on now. Let's see which one is going to fit in here to take this loose. That's not the one. Must be the smallest one. Oh, well, maybe it's the one I already had out. I don't see why it would be, but okay, it is. Alright, let's see. I just went online and I've been checking out. I said I wasn't going to buy it, but I'm really thinking about buying it. I want to buy another vehicle. And right now on eBay, you can get a red and black 1/16. Is it 1/16? Yes, 1/16, I believe, Arma Quake Grom, and four-wheel drive. It's brushed, which is fine, but for like $139, somewhere around $130, and it usually runs about $169, something like that. It's a decent price. Okay, that came loose. Perfect. I don't really want to take the other one loose. Now, we're going to turn the front wheels and see if they squeal or not. But before I do that, I'm going to finish what I was saying. I've been thinking about buying the Arma Quake 1/16. And which, according, I went on Amazon because I don't think they give you the measurements on eBay on a lot of these things. They don't give you enough information for my taste. So I usually go to Amazon and find out all the information I need. And on Amazon it said they were 15 inches long, which is about the size of a 1/12 vehicle. But I can, I guess with the monster tires and everything on there, I don't know. That's a good sized vehicle, 15-inch vehicle. This is a 1/12 Bronco, and it's like 17 inches long. But that's because of the rear end, got a roll cage on it back there, like a basket. And I'm debating on whether to get that. I may not get anything, but I got it in my head, so I probably will get something. Or the other version of this, which would be the H12Y, the Jeep. And I'm really liking that too. Making sure I'm recording here. Anyway, and if I do get the, I've been doing some research with the AI assistant on Amazon, because if I get the H12Y, I want to put these same monster tires on there with the wheel spacers that I put on. Because this vehicle with these tires and wheel spacers that I have on here now is 1.8 inches wider than it was stock. And these tires are 2 inches wide and 4 inches tall. And I love this thing with these monster tires on here, y'all. I gave it more width with the offset on the tire, or the rims, whatever you want to call it, the wheels. And the wheel spacers that I put on there, I'm calling them wheel spacers. I don't know if that's the correct name. It's the hexes on there. They're brass hexes, and they're 12 millimeter instead of being, I guess it's 0, I guess you would say. which would be flush, they stick out 12 millimeters more on each side, which is about ½ inch on each side. So it gives you a total of 1 inch. And I got the tire itself with the width and the offset on there. It gives me about a little over 3/4 more width altogether. So that's 9.8 inches I have right now. And I think originally it was 8.07 width with the original tires without the brass hexes and all that I put on there. Anyway, like I said, I'd like to do the same setup on the H12Y. That'd be really cool. Because both of the vehicles are kind of tippy if you're trying to drive them through the yard, especially in the grass. On the dirt, they're probably not so bad. But on the grass and the yard stuff, driving around, turning real quick and stuff, they like to turn over. Anyway, and I wanted to take this one out in the woods and drive over all kinds of stuff. So I figured it'd be better if I had it as wide as I could get it. And plus, I love the monster tires. It gives it more ground clearance also. Anyway, we're going to try. Let me make sure one more time we're recording. I'm paranoid about that. Hate to do stuff and it don't come out. Anyway, we're recording. We're going to test. I'm nervous. We're going to do the test here. If it still squeals, then it's something here. And I don't know, maybe it's dirt, trash from me driving it in the dirt and leaves out there in the woods. But let's see. Okay, it's not the front end. Oh, I'm so grateful for that. I thought it was something I did, not using correct grease or something. I'm not going to tell y'all what grease I use because I'm kind of embarrassed. I don't know. I learned a long time ago you could use the grease that I use for other, what is the term, gosh knows, motor stuff, not motors, I can't think of the term. Anyway, motor vehicles, I don't want to say something motor. Anyway, yeah, it's not squealing at all. Let me put a little pressure on it. Okay, that's not squealing. Let's see. Get this out of there. I'm gonna have to hold that drive shaft up. I don't want to take the drive shaft completely loose, because if it's anything on that end like it is on this end, it's going to be a nightmare to get back together. And this end of the drive shaft is inside the gearbox a little bit. Well, not the gearbox, but the plastic box or whatever it is. Okay, we're going to try. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what the noise is coming from then. I'm relieved that it's not coming from here, but at least I know it's not something that I did. That was the main thing. But if it was something I did, I could have opened it up. I don't know. I was thinking maybe something about the grease, but I don't know why I was thinking that. And I don't know if it was doing that before, because I don't know if you're like me and you work on something, you're kind of paranoid about it working correctly when you get done. And if you hear something, you're kind of worried. That, now that I think about it, when these tires were spinning, well, I had the broken gear in there, but anyway, when it was spinning, when I was doing this with the broken gear in there, and they were spinning like this, it didn't make that squeal either, but not everything was turning then either, because I had the broken sprocket gear. Actually, the teeth were sheared off. I think that is a 13 tooth, I said. 10, 11, 12, 13. It said 13 tooth, but I remember to count 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, maybe it was 13. I think maybe 8 or 9 of the teeth were broken off. There was only like 4 teeth left. And it would catch a little bit, you know. Anyway. So I don't hear it now. I mean, it's going to make a little noise, of course, but it would be nice if all these cars were silent. When I first started driving them and breaking out with them, I was like, man, these things are noisy. But especially if you put a camera on them, the noise, and you don't have the, if you turn the mic on the camera mounted onto the car, it picks up all the noise and it sounds bad. So I try to remember to turn my microphone off when it's on the car, when I mount the camera on the car, the action cameras that I have. We'll show you one, but I don't have any in here. They're all in the bedroom on the charging area. Well, I guess I'll stick it back together. This is the one I was telling you about. Let me see if you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to point. Right there, there's a shaft. And you can push it in and out, and it moves a little bit. In other words, I got a little bit of play there when it's not connected. I'm sure that when you hook the drive shaft to it, it's not going to move like that. See, but when I go to put the drive shaft on, it's going to push that in. I got to line that back up correctly. Oop. Let's see. Okay, I got it pointed straight up and down. I need to turn the drive shaft. Which end of the drive shaft is the end that I need? Let's see. That looks kind of small. Darn it. Okay, there, I got the wide end up. That's the end with the threads. The end that I have to put the bolt in. Let's see. Oh, wrong way. And I also figured out something else. I don't know if anyone watched my last video where I repaired, replaced the gears inside the front end. Actually, here's the gear right here. This is the gear that came out. It came with new bearings. There's nothing wrong with these bearings, so I kept them. And there's nothing wrong with this gear. It was, let's see. I know I didn't throw it away. Well, maybe I did. Oh, there it is. This is the gear. Let's see if I can see. This is the gear. As you can see, it's got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 5 teeth on there, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 missing. Yeah, 13 tooth. Yeah, y'all's perfect shot. There's five teeth left, and that runs on this gear, and I like that. Anyway, the large gear, and I was told, I was looking at the video. Let me see if I still got that guy on my TV. I'll tell you the name of his. No, I don't have him. I can't remember. I was going to give him a shout out. I thanked him for his information because I watched a video he made about 6 months ago, replacing these parts on his Bronco, and I told him thank you for making that video because I used it for information to fix mine, and he sent me a shout out and everything, and I appreciate it. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with this, but this was the original one, and when I purchased this gear, where are we at? This gear, it came in a set with these two and these 2 bearings. I wish it had come with the bearings. There's 2 bearings that ride on this one also, but it didn't come with those. But there's nothing wrong with the ones that were on there. Anyway, I went ahead and put the new bearings and the new gear in because these are supposed to be an upgrade. I think they're stronger material, less likely to break. And it was like less than 20. It was right at $20. It's a hair under $20, which was an excellent $20 fix, to get my front end turning again. Anyway, I told you all that to tell you, what was the reason I told you that? That's why I'm checking these things, because I replaced these parts, and then I re-greased them and all, put them in there. And now it's, like I said, I got a squealing. It seems to run okay. I haven't taken it outside, just ran it in the house, across the floor, make sure everything was working. But, I don't know, I was jumping it, and I guess that's what put the pressure on that and broke them teeth off that gear. Anyway, I get talking sometimes, explaining stuff, and I forget what the point was. Forgive me for that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to try to put this back together, but I'm going to need some light, so I'm going to put this headlamp on. Forgive me if I get in the way with my big head. Let's see. Okay. You know what? It looks like it may be lined up. I had to put this thing together several times the other day to get that drive shaft just right. Look at it. It went right. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. It slipped off the shaft. That means let's see. Where is it? It's not even in line. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I think what I'm going to do this time, if I can find something small enough, like a pin or something, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go in here and get a toothpick. Let me pause this for 1 second. Okay, I went and got a tool in the form of a toothpick. Okay, let's see. Going to use this to line. Yes, that's what I should have done. It was a couple days ago when I put it all back together. I put that drive shaft back in there 5, 6, 7 times. I don't even know, maybe more, before it finally went in there without moving the shaft. Okay, yeah, there we go. Like I said, I don't know. I suppose since it didn't squeal, then it's not the front end. And like I said, it's a relief because I know I didn't do something wrong. But it's also troublesome because now I don't know what the noise is coming from. Or if I should just, you know, ignore it or what. So I took these bolts out. I don't know why. What those bolts do. Let me try to turn it over again. Look one more time. See. You know what? I don't think there's. Okay, I see what the deal is now. There is no transmission. There's a gearbox right here. I'm new to this, y'all. Don't talk junk. Don't be too rough on me. I know this is the motor, and for some reason I was looking there thinking that was just transmission. So I guess it's just a cover actually. But I don't know why it would have those 4 bolts. They must go mount into here, but there must be something else holding it all together also. So I'm gonna just put them bolts back in place because they're not helping me at the moment, and I do not want to remove the gearbox and all this other stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna do some more research and maybe ask some other YouTube guys with RC channels, maybe the same guy that I'm sure he would know more. Well, he'd know more than me, that's for sure. Like I said, he's the reason I was able to fix this. Oh, I know what the point I was trying to get to earlier. Forgive me, guys. Like I said, I'm getting old and I lose my train of thought. I'll get off the subject. I'll be telling you about this, and I had to stop to tell you something about something related to it, like maybe the strap, and then I'll forget what I was telling you in the first place. But anyway, hold on, let me get all this started back in. What I was going to tell you was, when I put this gear, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let me. I had to keep checking, make sure where I'm at. Okay, when I put this gear in there, just to get off track one more time, I keep forgetting that I have a fold-out LCD screen on this camera that I have never used. I've never folded it out, in other words. I get back there behind it and look at it when I could fold it out and see from in front of the camera, you know, see what's going on. I keep forgetting to try that out. Anyway, when I put this gear back in the rear end or the front end, I referred to that video, of that guy's video on YouTube, and I didn't pay attention at first. I knew he was working on the rear end, not the front end, but I assumed both of them were the same, and they're pretty much the same, except for the, I don't know if you would call it orientation of the gears. Let me tighten this up and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. I don't know if I tighten this one up or not. Yeah, okay. This gear, if you'll notice, let me see what you can see here. You can't tell. Let me reposition the camera. Let me unplug it. I got it charging. It's fully charged anyway. Okay. Let me let y'all see what I'm talking about here. See if we can zoom in anymore. No, it's zoomed in all the way. Okay, anyway. Here where the drive shaft is. Let me use this as a pointer. Drive shaft is here, lined up on one side of the gearbox. I know that's not the gearbox, but the gearbox underneath there. Okay. And the other, let me see. once again, let's see. Can you see that? No, you can't see that. This side, this is the rear end. See how it's offset off to one side? It's on this side. The other one is on the left side. They're opposite each other. Okay, let me go back to the other one. Well, that looks real good there. Okay, this one is the one I replaced. So the gear, I've got in my hand, the teeth are facing that side, right here. Okay, and it goes in there just like that, with the teeth facing that way. And when I watched him, he had already disassembled the whole thing before the video started. And he said he had it laid on the table, disassembled for a while, and he had just got the gears and decided to work on it. And when he put it together, I thought, well, when he opened it up and laid it in there, I could have swore he put it in there like this. And he did, because it was the rear end. The rear end is opposite because it's facing opposite. You can't take the front end, in other words, and put it back there and it worked, because for everything to go to the same direction, you have to have the gear on this end facing this way, but on the rear end it's facing the other way, because let's see, yeah, because both of them are facing each other. The front end and the rear end are facing each other, and they have to both turn opposite to match up. It's kind of confusing, I know. One has to turn one way, one has to turn the other way, so that when you stick it on there, they're both going the same direction, if that makes sense. And I had to look at it, and I had to actually take the rear end in my hand and put it back there at the rear back end and turn it and watch which way everything turns, and for me to realize what was going on there, or how it worked anyway. So anyway, I got everything back together. It's squealing. But I don't know if it's the gearbox. I don't think it's the rear end, and I can't feel anything. That's another thing I did. I don't feel anything. I don't know. Or maybe it's the joints, because you know, they're like universal joints on a car, on a car drive shaft. That's what these are. They're drive shafts. Basically, they're universal joints, but they're probably not called universal joints on here. I don't know if maybe there's just dirt in there making them squeal. And I was going to take some WD-40 and spray on them, but that may help them collect more dirt, so I'm not going to do anything, I guess. I just wanted to check that. I thought maybe that would come off. Like I said, I didn't know until I looked at it very well that the gearbox is on the other side. It stands up like this. It doesn't lay down. There's a gearbox in there instead of a transmission. Okay, well, I did learn a little something, and I know it wasn't anything I did. That was the main thing I was worried about. Appreciate y'all coming, checking it out. Those of you who did check it out, I would have really loved for you to subscribe to the channel. I never get any likes or anything on those because I do crappy work or because people just don't like. I've noticed on other channels, if somebody has, they usually only 1/10 or 10% of the people who view actually give a like or anything, which is strange. I always try to like the videos I look at. And anyway, I only have like 8 or 9 subscribers, and can't make any money like that. I've got 2 or 3 channels, and like I said, I don't have any subscribers for it. I've been on here for what, a couple months or something. So I'd appreciate it if y'all subscribed. I will, in fact, I'm going to show you just a little here. I'm working on stuff here. I got, if you notice these boxes, 1, 2, there's one that's open. There's 3 boxes, 4, 5, and I have 2 more coming in tomorrow. Every one of these boxes has 40 pounds of stones in them, rocks. And you can see that. Those are, no, you can't see that. Okay. See, I got these rocks in here. They're different sizes, but there's 40 pounds in each bag. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags. And I got 2 more. That's 7 times 4 is 280 pounds of rocks. stones, whatever you want to call them. And I'm going to pour them out back on top of a mat and make a crawling area. I got some bricks out there, some concrete colored bricks. I'm going to also use those in there. Maybe put some water in certain areas. But it's going to be part of a crawling course. And I know I'm slow on it, but I got all kinds of mess. And I'm not going to lie, I'm lazy. It's hard for me to get motivated sometimes. And anyway, I'm working on it, y'all. So I'm going to have a crawler course out there. I've got some bridges I built, some ramps and stuff. Got a tunnel I built. In fact, all that's in the house. There's the tunnel right there. I'm going to take some of the boards and stuff off of it. And I had lined it with plastic. I think I'm going to rip all that out and take a lot of these boards off so you can actually see when the car drives through. I had built it for something different, a little different. But anyway, back on the car there, and zoom out here. I'm also, like I said, thinking, I mentioned this in another video, I'm thinking about taking the camouflage off this vehicle. Somebody comment and tell me, hey, take the camouflage off. Let's see the red, white, and blue colors, or whatever colors they are, red, white, and gray. Take this headlamp off. If anybody wants me to take it off, I'll take it off. And just give it a different look. I'm over retired looking at the camouflage, to be honest with you. I mean, I've made different things. I bought a little boat and painted it up here. Put a cover on it, made it look like old one of them boats at a Rambo or something. Got a little skeleton in there. I've got another one. I bought two of them. This one I painted up green. And I mean, I really painted a mess out of it over and over so it'll float and not take any water on, not ruin the wood. I've got a couple little ponds I bought to put in the yard. I haven't put them out there yet. I've been doing a lot of work to the yard. And I still got a little bit to go before I actually get out there and start putting all this stuff in and installing stuff, but not very long. It'll be hopefully this weekend. I'm gonna put those rocks out there and start on that. Just want to let y'all know I am working on it. I haven't been that lazy. I got a bunch of cars. All together, I've got like 16 RC vehicles, cars, trucks. Most of them are four-wheel drive. Oh, anywhere from, I got 1/14th, 1/12th, and 1/10th vehicles. I got, what, 3 or 4 daggone action cameras, different sizes, I just got a GoPro recently, a used one, trying it out. And I've got my main camera here. But don't give up on me. Throw me some if you subscribe, throw me some subscribe. Anyway, if you'll subscribe, you'll be updated. You know, you'll see what's going on. I'm gonna try to start posting a little bit more. I was out of it for a little while there. I was sick and all, but I'm trying to keep everything going here. Anyway, I love y'all. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me I'm doing crappy. Tell me I'm doing decent. Tell me to keep my chin up. Whatever. I got like a year to try to. I mean, I don't have a job right now, so I'm trying not to go back to work. I'm about 60 years old now. Trying not to go back to work, y'all. If y'all can come through for me, I'll come through for y'all, and we'll work this thing together. And maybe I can start making some money and pay my bills, pay my house payment, and I won't have to go back to work. But like I said, I got about a year before I may, or a little bit less before if this doesn't work out, I have to go back to work. But I still keep going with this, unless something bad happens and I lose everything. But hopefully that won't happen. I've had good luck. The Lord's on my side, so I don't think I'll lose anything. Anyway, let's try to keep this thing going. I love y'all, and don't lose faith in me. Have a good day.